Says
All right.
live. I'm good.
Says we are live.
Oh!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 148 of Four Guys with Quarters. I am steering the ship tonight. This is Clownz. After Hurricane Irma, I have no power at my house. Well, now I just got it back, but I'm at my mom's, stuck with the laptop, so we're doing Google Hangouts. And tonight's guests are Mooch.
What's up, buddy? I'm glad we're here. I was just telling you guys, there's got to be a way next time Destiny 3 comes out. I got to take a week off. I've been playing with 3 hours sleep the entire week and going to work. It is killer, but we're going to get into Destiny later. So thanks for having us on Four Guys, dude. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And Xbot.
What's going on, people? It's the Xbot 448 with another appearance on Four Guys with Quarters. Guys, I am really excited to get in on the show. Four Guys with Quarters, they don't tell you, but I bug them in the DM. I'm like, guys, when am I going to be on the show again? Like, when am I going to be on the show again? And I'm finally back, everybody. Great to be here.
And we have our usual suspect, a.k.a. ZPCI Assassin, who's never missed an episode, even when he has no air conditioning or too much heat at his house. What's up, Assassin?
Hi.
I love Assassin. He's the best.
So tonight we're going to be talking about Destiny 2. There's a little bit of controversy going around it, but great things coming into Destiny 2 as well. We're going to talk about the FTC crackdown on some of the influencers out there, and Twitch's PR has been notifying their influencers, partners, things that to be aware about with FTC. And we're going to talk about some of the Nintendo stuff that's out and some Xbox backwards compatibility stuff that released this week.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
So since we're going into Destiny 2, I figure, ZPCI Assassin and Mooch are the experts here. You guys want to start it off?
Yeah, I mean, well, basically, here's the thing. We've got to get raid ready. People are already doing raids right now as we speak. I'm at 246 light. I know the Assassin's way past me. And when I say, you hear the numbers, people who are noobs and don't really know Destiny, they're saying basically, well, 276, 246, it's no big deal. It's a huge deal. It's hours of grinding. Listen, it's going to be, I've heard now that people that went through it with zero help, it took almost 10 to 12 hours. Destin Legary was reporting it today on IGN. And they've managed, some people with some help have managed to do it in 6 hours. So I'm thinking this is going to be a lengthy event. That's the thing about Destiny that I was preaching weeks and weeks ago. And I mean, we'll let Xbot kind of see how he's come around. He's finally coming around.
Oh,
he's coming around. And I'll tell you why. This is one of the only games where you get a chance to play with so many different people in the community. It's shooting the shit. It's laughing. It's seeing some people's strengths in the game, people's weaknesses, helping each other out through the weaknesses, laughing through them. We got some good stories I'll tell you later. I've been playing through with 4GwQPodcast and Def Jam Bam. And honest to God, I my stomach hurt from laughing so hard last night. We were having such a blast, and then all day popped in. It's a good time, guys. If you're not into Destiny, you're not understanding why people like it, the reason there's such a phenomenon around it. And not just that, but all this nonsense with they're like, well, it's not doing as well as the first one. No. You read the wrong article. It didn't do as well with physical sales. You're going to find that with every game moving forward. There was, I believe last weekend, there was 1.2 million users on throughout the weekend. That's insane. There's a lot of people playing this on both ecosystems. So, I mean, that's my take on it right now. I love the game. I think it's something that if you haven't tried Destiny, you should. And I'm not preaching that the game is different or better than the first one. It's more of the same. I think Assassin will agree with that. It's not that it's that different. They did change some things. They got rid of some of the annoyances. You don't have to go to orbit every time you do something. You don't have to go to the tower every time you do something. You don't have to do that. You can continue playing the game. People like simplicity. People like fluent motion. And that's what this game gives you now. So Destiny 2 is doing very well with the masses, and I think a lot of people like Xbot and even Crap. Crap's got no power, but he should have hot power by this weekend. When he gets back into it, he's kind of jonesing to get into it a little bit. So I think a lot of people that weren't there are coming around, but I'll let the panel discuss it a little further, buddy.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the game is a shit ton of fun. I spent, 2 days ago, grinding like 6 hours just of heroic public events on Earth. Like, you know, just that little bit of difficulty with your friends, just, you know, like you said, shooting some shit, you know, getting some engrams, leveling up, maybe not leveling up if you're not lucky. And it's just overall fun.
Agreed.
You know what's funny, guys? I have this game. Like, my Xbox One is powered up right now. This game is on my screen. I got through what we basically saw from the beta or the demo or whatnot. And I gotta say, guys, when you're talking to people who haven't really gone in on Destiny, there's a certain thing that you guys are doing that makes me think, damn, like I'm more of a traditional kind of like I want to see the story. I want to see the story unfold. Yeah. And I've said this on Twitter. I've said this on Coffee Casuals and Consoles as well. Like, my whole thing is, like, they said they put a story in this game. I want to get engrossed in the story. And every time I'm on Twitter or social media, stuff like that, all I'm hearing is, guys, I got to fly through this story because this raid is coming. And now the raid is in effect. And, oh, man, everybody's like, screw the story, basically. I don't get that, yo.
Well, listen, what do people say all the time? Oh, I went to go see this Michael Bay movie. It was awesome. What was it about? No idea, but shit was exploding. Right, it's just, listen, this is the thing. There's story here. You know what I mean? But if you want story, you go to a Harry Potter movie. When you want blasting action, nonstop action, you go to a Michael Bay movie. There's different strokes for different folks. And Destiny is definitely a Michael Bay thing. And I don't mean Michael Bay with the explosions necessarily, but listen, Xbot, there is a story this time. Am I going to tell you it's the story of stories? No, it's not. It's not Game of Thrones in a video game. It's not. It's not that complex. But it's a very simplistic bad guy trying to take over main power. Main power likes human beings over other, like, you know, it's very Optimus Prime-ish, if you will. You know, it is what it is, but at the same time, it's a lot of fun. You got to like the game for what it is. And the part where you're hearing people go, I got to race through and get the raids, they're saying that because they've been playing Destiny for 3.5 years. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm at the point now myself at even only 246 light or power now they're calling it. Now when I'm running through some of the older ones, older missions in this game that I've been through already 2 or 3 times, I'm trying to get some people
missions already.
Well, I'm just going. You got to go through and you help people. Like if you said to me, "Hey, Mooch, do me a favor, help me out tonight." Like hop in, like let's do this. I'm like, yeah. What am I gonna say? No, you're too low. No, I'm gonna go through it and help you.
Let me. Assassin be like, do I have to?
Yeah. Right.
No, but I agree with you, Mooch. Like when I was playing this, right? Because I didn't like the first one, but this one I'm liking it. I do feel like, you know, there's a lot more of a story here, even though I don't fully understand it. And I don't think it's the greatest Harry Potter of all stories, like you said. Absolutely. There is at least a story with this one that makes more sense than the first one. And I don't have anything that says Grimoire cards online. You know, like, that's not on there. So I'm happy with the way that they came out with this one. And I'm looking forward to, you know, completing the rest of my missions and looking forward to getting some of these raids with you guys.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing, man. I like I said, I got the first mission on my screen right now. I only went through kind of like the you know, the very beginning where you actually meet the antagonist and all that good stuff, and right. It seemed really cool from there. It's just that you guys, for people who are a little more traditional, you guys might be scaring the shit out of a few people, though. It's like, damn, you know, they argued about story. There was no story in the first one and stuff like that. So now they get a story, and then when everybody hits the game, they're like, fuck it, fly by the story. Raids are coming, and it's like, holy shit. Well, what happened to that one thing that you were complaining about? That's my only thing, man. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna check it out for myself.
Have you played it all?
I did. I just did the very beginning. Very beginning.
Okay, so what was the beta? You've completed that. Exactly.
Okay. And I was about to go in before we started the show, but then I realized if I don't feed the kids, I could get arrested. You know what I'm saying? You can't let kids starve. So, right. You know, I had to make dinner and shit like that. But I'm looking to get in and see exactly what this story is about. Now, just with the beginning alone, you already got more than you got from the original Destiny. So I'm actually interested to see what's going on with this antagonist. He looks pretty badass to me, man.
Well, you know what it is too, and Assassin, you jump in here and correct me where I'm wrong, but I mean, there's so much to do. People really don't see it. They think it's just the main missions and the side quests. There's the main missions. There's the side quests. There's the strikes. Then we went back and there's these and I'm new to it. And not that I'm new to it. They've actually popped a while ago for me. But I'm going by my squad leader. FTC is a bit more advanced than I am in it. So Saji's taking us through so that we actually level up in a certain order that benefits us for our gear and our weapons. So we haven't done a lot of the what are those blue missions called? The ones you get later on after you beat the story. They're given to you by what are they there? I can't remember, the Queen something or another. Anyways, there's these different missions that are a little bit more in depth, more story to kind of build off of the other parts of the main story, and you go further into depth. There's different chronological order, Xbot, that you play certain missions in to get certain gear, certain weapons. And then there's the Crucible, and the Crucible is the entire multiplayer. I mean, the PvP. I mean, there's just so much to it. Here it is. It's 2 weeks, and I've played it every night. And I don't know how many hours I got. I have to be somewhere around 35 to 38 hours into it, and it's just it's fantastic. It's not boring. And once we all reach the level where we're what they say quote unquote raid ready, then you'll see that the groups all playing together will disperse a little bit. I started a clan. Shout out to my clan today. That clan is awesome. The Mooch Maniacs. I'll send the link out again later after the show. But we've got like 35 people in the clan already. We're having a field day. The chat is nonstop. It's like Twitter.
Oh yeah, we got a little war in my house going on between me and O Snaps about which clan we're gonna join. I'm like, man, we should really go with Mooch and Mooch's clan, and I guess Crap named he has Starburst in the name of his clan, so automatically she's like, follow the candy trail. I'm like, no, we gotta go over with Mooch.
Wait, Crap started a Destiny.
From what I heard on Twitter, like he has his own clan as well. So it's
he
like,
might have. Remember, Crap's very prepared and always does his homework. But once Crap's power comes back, I will be bringing him over to the Mooch Maniacs. He will join us.
So you'll settle the argument in my house then.
Yes. I have yet to talk to him about that because we're talking about all the stuff he's going through down in Florida. And I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if you want to talk about it, Clownz, but that was a lot that you guys had to go through down there. A lot of everybody that we all know on YouTube. So Crap's still going through it. So I reach out to everyone. Know Crap's doing all right, but I would say out of the people that I know, he's been hit the hardest out of the people I've discussed things with in Florida. So it's been rough for you guys. I would say, wasn't it, Clownz? Plus, it's 185 degrees or something right now.
Yeah, I mean, no, it is really hot, to be honest with you. Our house, before we left to heat evacuate to my mom's in Tampa, our house where we were was getting to like 92, 98 degrees at night. Mm-hmm. And our dogs were just suffering. They were just rolling over on the floor with their tongues out.
That's crazy. It's funny. A lot of us New Yorkers, and I'll even say, Connecticut, New England, all of us up here, we don't. The one thing we don't really understand is we get heat up here, okay? And we'll get a heat wave. We'll get like a 2-week heat wave in July or dog days of summer in August. But if someone took away my air conditioning for 2 weeks, that would suck. But like you guys are in that thick, nasty heat sometimes for months. And it's not really, the way we look at heat, I think, is the way you guys look at air conditioning. So, right? It's a necessity almost.
I mean, yeah, you're definitely right, because we had, and this is a little off topic, but I just want to say this. There's people in nursing homes here in Florida that have died because the electric company didn't go out to put fuses in to get their ACs back on. So, I mean, that's how serious it is in Florida for some people.
That's kind of crazy. Like, my heart goes out to everybody in Florida. Even before that, everybody that was in Houston and stuff like that. But you would figure the electric company, knowing that they are based in Florida, let's be honest here, guys. This is a typical September in Florida. Like, threats of hurricanes, mad fucking humidity. Like, you think they would be used to this by now and know where to go, where their priorities are set, and everything like that. So to have shit like that happen is bullshit, in my opinion.
Well, the biggest thing is that Florida is not. It doesn't heavily regulate when it comes to these kind of disasters. I mean, our governor prepared us the best he could, but the electric companies are on their own terms. So there's no regulation for them or no repercussions to them for what happens.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah.
Assassin, you're out where? Are you out in like Iowa?
He lives in a barn.
Wisconsin.
Okay.
He lives in a barn with a bunch of cheese.
He's in our world. It's cold most of the year.
Yeah, me and Kraft, we should have just hung out at Assassin's house up in Wisconsin. It's probably cold and nice out there,
Oh, yeah. I mean, what do you have for temperature, Assassin?
I think today actually hit 80, but like a few days ago in like the morning, it was like 32 degrees.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. We had the same odd occurrence over here in New York. Like it was literally, I would say it wasn't 32, but we were flirting with low 50s, high 40s in the mornings. And this week, I don't know, we hit like a heat wave. It's been like low 80s for the past week. So, I mean, it's that Indian summer type of thing, which is cool. Us in New York, and I'm sure Assassin feels the same way. Wisconsin, Connecticut's the same, is that we welcome this 80, 70-degree weather as close as we can get to Halloween, because we know after Halloween, all hell's going to break loose.
I'm soaking all this shit up right now. Living in Connecticut, I'm soaking in all the heat because I know at some point in time we get past, like you said, Halloween. Like there's going to be 8 degrees in our future and shit like that, man. I don't want to do it.
It really is.
See, you guys love the heat. I hate the heat. I'd rather have it be like negative 100.
Yeah, I mean, let me tell you something. There is something to that, Assassin. Only part where I start to get a little fed up with the cold is right about January 15th, and I'm just pulling that kind of out of thin air.
That's my birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
Fucking birthday.
Sorry, Xbot. But I meant the winter gets on my nerves right around that time, right? I pulled that right out of thin air. That's great. Shit, Mooch won a prize. Somebody buy me a game. What happened?
Well, now you can Mooch off Xbot.
I'm like the guy at the carnival that guessed someone's age.
Dude, I heard January. I was about to get excited just for my birthday month alone, and you just nailed it, man. What time exactly?
That's that crossfire. That's that crossfire camaraderie we have there together, buddy. No, in all honesty, listen. Getting back to Destiny, because some of these folks are gonna be like, "Wow, I didn't know we were tuning into the Weather Channel," but
starring Michael Pachter, by the way.
Yeah. But listen, I'll tell you the truth. Like, I think that there's a lot of people out there, and don't forget, we're going by the folks on Twitter, and a lot of people are vocally, it could be vocal minority, could be, we don't know, but a lot of people were, like, don't buy Destiny. And you saw a lot of people come around and buy Destiny. And then this is not to Xbot. This is a lot of other people that said no, and now they're buying it and they're enjoying it. And they write me a DM on Twitter, or they write me on Xbox Live, and they're like, Mooch, the one thing you said that was right was it's not necessarily that I fell in love with the story or I fell in love with it's that, but like I'm having fun with my friends, and this entire year has been pretty much single player. The only thing that really came out was that the Ghost Recon game was a multiplayer game, but I'm sorry, that was 2 thumbs down and get the hell out of here. Yeah. Right? That was a lackluster Division, and my God, could you even imagine such a thing?
Hey, you haven't played Survival yet, though. We can't wait to figure that out.
Clownz, that's Survival.
Yes,
I would put that in all the state penitentiaries and let poor people that have to play that committed a crime have to play Division. That's a terrible game. It's punishment. It's punishment.
With talking about Destiny, I forgot to put my disclaimer in. I've been putting a disclaimer in the beginning before I talk about Destiny 2. Yeah. Like, I talk shit because it's fun to talk shit about that game. Can we agree on that, guys? Like, not for anything. Yeah. I know you guys have fun. But, like, when somebody brings up Destiny 2, the first thing you think about doing is ragging on the game. Now, I like I said, me and O-Snaps have it. Thank you to, a huge supporter of mine and her YouTube channel and everything like that, because that's actually how we got the game. But I'm ready to go in and see what it has to offer. And I am going to, put the videos up, first impressions, stuff like that, to let people know, my take on the game, coming as not one of those like Destiny 1 loyalists that right. really got into the raids and the strikes, and coming in from possibly a different perspective,
Right.
See, and I'm in the same boat with you, because Mooch can verify this, and so can Assassin. I hated Destiny 1 with a passion. Yeah. I was like crap gamer on Destiny 1. I couldn't stand it. And when I played Destiny 2, I was hoping that it kind of sucked like 1 for me, but it doesn't. I fell in love with Destiny 2. I'm a little ashamed of it, but I fell in love with the game.
Well, like Sim was saying here, we were kind of busting what was it called there? Ghost Recon's chops a little bit, and Sim says in the chat, he's like, isn't that the best selling game of the year? It was. I'm pretty sure Destiny's gonna like backhand that game in sales. But listen, here's the thing. We've all got to make a call here once and for all, right? We've all got to do it. I've been trying to watch my P's and Q's with it. Like, we can't sit here and be like, well, this thing sold more. So it's great. And then we have another argument where we're like, let's not just go by sales. We got to go by #fun. So are we talking about fun or are we talking about sales? Like we have to we can't keep moving the goalposts on different subjects, right? So I mean, to Sim, I would say, Sim, even if Ghost Recon sold more, that doesn't really mean anything to me. It means absolutely nothing to me, to be honest with you. Listen, Coca-Cola is the #1 cola, period. There's no arguing it. Pepsi, yes, the CEO of Pepsi, is Coca-Cola #1? He's going to go, yep. But that doesn't mean I buy it for my house. I prefer Pepsi. I'm a Pepsi product guy. That's just me. But my whole point is that it doesn't matter what's selling more. It's what you personally enjoy. It depends on what the subject is. Ghost Recon was an empty, vast, nothing, poorly executed. Another game by Ubisoft. Ubisoft gets off the hook all the time. We make fun of every company, but then Ubisoft gets a pass all the time. Between The Division and Ghost Recon, this has been an absolute failure for Ubisoft. And what about Unity? Unity was a bomb.
I gotta say, look, when it comes to Ghost Recon, I'm probably one of the few people that actually like the game, and I liked it because of the story, and I liked it because of the cutscenes. But I will agree with you guys in the fact that it's very empty and it's very repetitive. I felt like it was just as repetitive as Destiny Year One.
Yeah, and don't forget though, Clownz. I want to say this too. This goes for all the games. I'm willing to give a little bit of slack where slack is due. This is the first time, and shout out to All Day. Me and All Day were talking last night in the chat with Saji and Def Jam, and he made a hell of a point. He's like, Destiny changed the way I play games now. And I go, well, what do you mean? What does that mean? He's like, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm not quoting him, but he's like, I now want a game that lives and breathes all the time. And this is what I was saying. I said all day, this is what I've been saying on Crossfire to crap. He's like, no, I heard you say it. But he goes, let me expand on it. Basically, the game he wants to play nowadays always has forward progression. Okay? It's not a game where you just beat it and you put it away and that's it. That's kind of been the thing with me this generation. I've been more of a multiplayer gamer my whole entire life. But to be honest with you, now I am more than ever. Let's take a game like Uncharted 4. Okay, and it's not to pick on PlayStation by no means. I loved Uncharted 4, okay? Let me just put that out there, okay?
Oh, really, there's a Mooch's review out there for that.
You're right, and I gave it an 8.5 out of 10, and I'll tell you right now, it is a great game. And I also enjoyed the Lost Legacy that recently came out. Now, but that being said, all the Uncharted fans, all the PlayStation fans, even some of the Xbox fans that like Uncharted, like myself, that were looking forward to that game all year, then it came out, and you guys all saw it. You saw it on YouTube. Like, the game wasn't even out for 8 hours yet, and they're like, check out my review. Beat that shit as quick as I could. What? What the fuck? Like, you had people talking, I can't wait for Uncharted 4 since the PlayStation 4 reveal in February of 2013. And all of a sudden, everybody couldn't wait to sit down, not take a shower for a day, and just beat it and be done? And I'm like, I don't understand this. So for me, the buildup, the hype, the anticipation, the $60, all to be done in 10, 12 hours in a single-player game, and you're done? Because the multiplayer in Uncharted is literally, that's the old school rule where they throw it in there just because they don't want to not have it there. But nobody's playing that. Nobody says, let's play some Uncharted multiplayer. Let's get the old group together. Nobody cares. So that's all out the window. So games like even Ghost Recon or The Division and mostly Destiny, which is one of the only ones I think this generation that did it right, they're not an MMO. They're not. It's not an MMO. But they're close. They're the console version of that. It's done it very well. Every 3 to 4 months, you get a DLC. Every 3 to 4 months, you get a new raid or new strike. You get new Crucible maps. Every month, there's Iron Banner. I think if it's not every week, and Assassin, you can correct me. There was what is it there? I always forget. I never played it. Osiris or whatever it was called there.
The
Trials of Osiris. Yeah. There's that. Then there's just the ridiculousness that is waves and waves of leveling yourself up. And, you could sit here and go, Mooch, I am not going to play the same thing over and over again. But then you're going to hop on your PC or you're going to hop on your Xbox or PlayStation and play Diablo 3 for 75 more hours? Like, that's the same thing.
Yeah, I got to say that because there's people that still play World of Warcraft religiously. Right. And I like that game, but it's very repetitive. It's usually the same drops over and over. for a lot of things. Yeah, they change the stats here and there, and they change, new armor, new equipment with each, expansion. But pretty much you're going to get similar drops like almost all the time. But it's the same concept. It's grinding.
It is, but here's the thing though. And now don't get me wrong, Xbot or anybody else can chime in and say, that's not my bag, baby. That's not what I do. Okay, fine. Then you're out and you're exempt. You're exempt.
I can't say grinding is not my thing, because like if you guys know me, you know my Halo 5 and over 3 months like in game total on that game, and a lot of it was get rec packs to get my armor, to get my visors, get my helmets, all that good stuff, and it was a lot of fun. So I see grinding in that aspect, and
good analogy.
I'm coming in with an open mind. You know what I'm saying? I know I've said there's some things I just don't get, and it's okay to not get that. But I have the game in the house, and I'm gonna see exactly what the deal is and how much fun I have. I can already see that community aspect to it, because as soon as the Dawn and Delirium Blades, shout out to both of them, as soon as they found out we had the game, we're getting party invites. Hey guys, we'll help you out. Let's go. Like right off the bat. And it's like, all right, well, this is a game that, it's kind of like a magnet for gamers. It just brings people together, and you go in and have fun. And I can't wait to try that out. Like I said, there's some things I don't get, and hopefully, by the time, I really get into this game, I'll be like, oh, that's what Mooch is saying.
Xbot, when we were enjoying it was me, you, I can't think it was Saji and Mel. We played Fortnite, and we had a really good time that first night or second night it came out.
Yeah.
And we were like, yo, this is something we're going to play a lot of. And then, we all dwindled. I mean, I know you guys played more than I did after that, but you dwindled down and you're not really playing it that much. And here's the thing, by the way, that's not to your fault by no means. The thing is that imagine now that great time that we had at Fortnite and the way it was that first night. And now I've been doing that with Destiny since September 6th. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it doesn't, that first night is still there. That wanting to get back, and I'm going in again tonight with so very little sleep, I might add. I'm amazed I'm able to podcast right now. But yeah, it is what it is. It's that much fun, and I don't want to miss out, and I want to get into this, because that's the thing is, the one thing I will say, and Clownz, cut me off if I'm talking too much because I'm rambling a bit, but hear me out. There's a lot of people who are like, Mooch, is it too late to get into Destiny?
That was something I was wondering, like when we got the game, because you're hearing people all the time, man. Well, I got to do this and I got to do that and I got to get this done. Like it's like gaming on a fast-paced schedule. And you guys know me and O Snaps. We have 3 kids that live with us, 4 all together. She works crazy hours. I take care of stuff at home. There's a lot of shit going on in the Xbot O Snaps household. And it's like, damn, I don't want to get left behind because I have, open house at the school. And then, we have the 9-year-old twins are going into band and stuff like that. Like, we don't want to get left behind because of real life things. You know what I'm saying?
Well, right. And I wanted to touch on that real quick because I feel the same way as you, like with Destiny. I felt like, am I too far behind? Is it too late for me to catch up? What should I do? And luckily I had Assassin with me because Destiny 1 for me was hard to catch up without Assassin. But with Destiny 2, so far I feel like I could play it at my own pace, and I don't need Assassin to always be at my side, or somebody like Assassin who plays Destiny to always be at my side just to go through the missions, the adventures.
Well, don't forget, Clownz, we've got to let everyone that's in the chat, everyone's going to listen to the show later, everyone that's on the panel. Let's take a step back out of who we are right now, out of what we do. Let's pretend we're not the hardcore. We're not the YouTubers. We're not the Twitter people. Okay, we're just gamers. We're having a good time. Do you guys realize what is today now? Today's September 14th. Okay, the game came out on the 6th of September. Like, the game's not old. People are talking on the internet like this game's been out for 7 years and you're late to the party. You're not. And Clownz, the way you just described the way you're enjoying the game is the way everybody should hear. That's the true manner, that you can take your time, you can enjoy yourself. Just because the raid came out a week after launch doesn't mean everybody's supposed to be raid ready. The next raid doesn't come out for 4 months, if not longer. So take your time, enjoy yourself. You're not late to the show. But hold on, I'm just gonna finish this thought, and I'm gonna throw it to you, Xbot. Is this? I will say this. That doesn't mean wait till Christmas. Okay, like I'm saying, like you don't have to go buy it today. You don't have to buy it on Saturday. You don't have to buy it in September. But if it's something that's on your radar, you might want to get it a little sooner. And here's why. As we get to October 10th, October 27th, which is going to be the largest video game drop since 2007, okay, there's a million things coming out across all platforms, okay? You are going to lose when you go in and you're like, hey, I'm wondering if so-and-so wants to help me get through this. I want to go all the way up to 250, 260, 280. They're going to probably say no to you because they're going to be playing Shadow of War, Mario Odyssey, Assassin's Creed, Forza 7. I say Knack 2 with a giggle.
Sonic
I don't
Forces.
know. I mean,
Sonic Forces.
Sonic Forces. But I mean, like, in my personal opinion is that now is the time to kind of get into it between now and the first week in October. Because if not, that's when you're going to run into the people being like, I don't really want to go back and do that. I just did that for a month straight. Now I'm all caught up. You know, I'm light 300 or power 300. I've got raid gear. I'm now once people get raid gear and they're at max light or power, now they're calling it. Basically, people go back for Trials of Osiris and they go back for Iron Banner. You know, or if something comes out where they're like a new gun is coming out next week and they go back to see what Xur brings.
Well, I will say in defense of that, Mooch, that when it comes to guys like Assassin, if there's a quest, even though he's done strikes repeatedly for days and days and days, right? Mm-hmm. But if there's a specific quest to go back through the strike list, he will go back through that strike list. He will make sure every daily's done, every quest is done. So with guys like Assassin, if you haven't done a strike or a quest and it comes up in his list that he has to do it, he'll do it with you.
Nice. No, well, Assassin, listen, I've been paying, his ears must be ringing like crazy because for the past 2 days I've been telling everybody that it's been in my chat on Xbox. He's like, he's a premium gamer, dude. Like the game, you play games like to the nth degree and you play them very well. So that's why when Assassin was like, dude, I'm looking for someone to raid with. Dude, how long, Assassin, after you tweeted that out, dude? I recruited your ass right away. I was like, you're with me, buddy.
30 seconds.
It was like 30 seconds. I'm like, I want that guy. Yeah, Assassin's great at what he does. He's very good. So I want to have him on the team because here's the thing. Part of me wants to kind of get a little bit of like information, you know, off of YouTube for the raid, but part of me wants it to still be a bit of a challenge in figuring out the rhyme and reason in the puzzles. So I don't mind if the raid takes 4 hours, 5 hours. If we get to like 4 or 5 hours and we're not even halfway through, that's kind of where you're like, okay, we'll have to wipe and start again tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, because it starts to get exhausting and you know, let's be honest, it's not like we're going to start at 2 in the afternoon. We're probably going to start. I'm throwing this out there, Assassin. By no means is this when we're doing it, but we're probably going to do it Saturday. You know, sometime between 8, 9 o'clock at night to get done at like 1 in the morning. You know, it's crazy, it's wild. But that's for me personally, that's something you can't do in other games. You're not doing this in Uncharted. You're not going to do this in Gears. You're not going to do this in, you know what I mean, like Forza. You're not going to do this in Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, you're going to play 4 or 5 missions. You're going to sneak around. You're going to enjoy the beautiful environment, and you're going to put the game down. And in this game, it's like, shit, I got to get back tomorrow. I don't want to let the rest of the people in the clan or the rest of the people that are doing the raid with me down. So it's a real teamwork activity. A lot of games are like, we've built this game around teamwork. And then you're looking at the dev while he says that, and you're like, dude, I beat that entire thing by myself.
No,
you know?
There's one thing about Destiny 2 that came to my attention recently, and Assassin and I were talking about. We talked a little bit about, you know, with Xbot about it. I don't know if you've seen the controversy with one of the gauntlets that came up recently, Mooch, but when Assassin looked at it, he felt like that it wasn't really, you know, it wasn't really there. So he kind of feels like the media was just reaching for something. Assassin, can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's this pair of gauntlets that I need to finish my set, and they removed it because there's apparently a symbol that I think doesn't look almost identical as to the symbol that supports white supremacists. And they found it, and then they removed it. I believe that they removed it.
Oh, yes, they did remove it, because I didn't see Assassin talk about it, but I thought She-Wolf said she had those really cool gauntlets or whatever, and then it changed. You know, I don't know, Clowns. It's a tough situation. That's here's what I'm going to say, and it's kind of a generic. It's a generic term that I think everyone will just say yes, yes, and we have to move on. This is the era we live in.
Hell yeah!
And it's not. You know, it's not really. You can't say it's good. You can't say it's bad. This is the era we live in. 40 years from now, when they're talking about history and this and that, we're going to be like, yeah, we were alive. We were there for that. I remember that. That was then, and this is now. Whatever that'll be.
But though, I was thinking about this, right?
Right.
And I mean, sometimes the video game media looks for anything to like exaggerate just to make a clickbait article, like PS4 and cockroaches from Kotaku. They just throw stuff out there. Yeah. But when I saw this, I was thinking, is this the publisher's fault? Is this, the dev team's fault? Or is this goes on a single developer who was just working on it by himself? And then I thought back to the Disney controversy with their covers for Aladdin and Little Mermaid. The artist was blamed, but not the company. So I was just looking at it from that aspect. Like, is this something that the company should be blamed for? But
listen, you're asking an artist to make a million different symbols and signs and things that don't exist. I think it's just if I said to you, any Xbot, if I said to you, listen, you got 2 years, I need 7,000 different symbols for a video game. Get drawn. I guarantee you one of them, someone's going to go, hey, doesn't that look like? And you're going to go, oh, yeah, it does. I was Punch Love wrecked the night I made that when I was making my 3,500th symbol. You don't even know. You know what I mean? You kind of get dizzy after a while.
Yeah. Now, check this out. Yo, Mooch, 99% of the time, I will agree with you on this. But like Clown said, we were talking about this before the show started. And when you look at this, there's a white supremacist flag. There's a certain color green in the background. There's a certain thickness to the white border.
I don't even know.
Like this.
I'm just talking about in general. You don't understand the Xbot. You're getting into specifics. I told you I'm keeping my answers general.
Well, I'm a graphic type person.
I'm not. I can't draw a stick figure of a human being. Listen,
I've been drawing since I was 4. So
yeah, I have a hard time with a triangle. Listen, my whole thing is this. I don't know what it was or what it was referring to. I just saw the headline that just says was taken away because of, and they didn't even say you guys got into more detail than I even saw the headline. But my point is that I don't think that person meant. I think they just draw some wacky stuff, and then someone's like, "Hey, look, that looks like whatever." It could look like anything. To me, it looked like triangles. I don't know what it was. I don't. First of all, I'm not even that far. I have a hunter I just started, and I'm always the warlock. So when I saw She-Wolf say, "Hey, what happened to my thing on Twitter when she wrote to Bungie?" I was just like. I actually thought the thing they changed it to looked better. So I didn't know. I didn't even know what the controversy was. I saw the 2 arms that she took a picture of, and I was like, dude, I'm like, to be honest with you, I'm like, what they gave you looks better than what you earned in that other, So to me personally, I didn't even know, but I don't know. That's up to you guys and how you feel. Myself personally, I just feel like if you ask somebody to be artistic and to draw 7,000 different shapes, colors, sizes, and things that go into a video game, like if me and you walk through the Guggenheim, okay, in New York, we go through the Guggenheim, the big art display. You're probably going to see something on the wall that was drawn in the 1800s that looks like something else. What does that mean? I mean, my point being is that it's what they're doing. Okay, guys, is they're a business. They're just covering their butt. They don't want to get political, so they yanked it. And all right, I'm going to go. That's the long and the short of it.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say the person who designed this knew exactly what the fuck it was. All right. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say that because the color and everything around it was complete to this white supremacist symbology, this flag. It was complete to it. The only thing they did is they cut off the left side, they cut off the right side. Right, but the color of the outfit itself, that color green, was the same color as that flag. Now, whether or not they knew what the hell they were doing, I don't know. But and usually I don't give 2 shits. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be past all this as well. If stuff like this happens, we're supposed to be like, you know what? Well, we live in a world where none of these symbols really give a shit. We're supposed to be moving forward to that point. And everybody is pointing these things out, and then everybody is getting upset. If we all come together as one and say, guess what? None of this shit is going to bother us, and just move forward as a community, then this shit won't happen. You see what I'm saying? It'll go away, guys. It'll go away. But until we do that, and people are pointing at this and that and saying, hey, that resembles this or that resembles that or something, your mindset in your subconscious, you're thinking about the divisions between people. And we got to move past that, guys.
Yeah, I mean, Xbot, I appreciate your opinion on that and all your guys' opinions on that. Me and Assassin were talking about it, and it was something that the media was talking about, so we just wanted to discuss it on here because Assassin's a huge Destiny fan. And, you know, for him, he didn't really notice it because he doesn't look at those symbols, and, you know, to him it didn't even seem like anything the media made it out to be.
Let's be honest. I'm not going to, you know, stare at my hunter's arm for thousands of hours and be like, oh, yeah, okay, cool.
Well, that's just because your hunter's got a really small bicep. Let's be honest. If it was a big one, if it was like a John Cena bicep, you would have been staring at it for a long time.
Probably not, because you don't have that fancy cloak on the back. Or, you know, and also it's in first person, so, you know, I got that sexy gun in my hands, killing some cabal, you know.
Well, there's another big topic this week that I want to bring up because it seems like a lot of people, you know, at Twitch are making sure their partners are aware of this. It's the do's and don'ts for social media influencers about the FTC recommendations, the responsibilities.
Now, what does FTC stand for? Like, let people know, because
the Federal Trade Commission. They
Okay,
regulate advertisements and sponsorships and ads and stuff like that. So what they're saying is if you're a social media influencer, a Twitch partner, a Mixer partner, Instagram, anything that you have followers on that are huge and you get products from companies to talk about, they want you to clearly disclose it. If you have a financial or family relationship with the brand, ensure your sponsorship disclosure is hard to miss, and that's in bold. Don't just use hashtags. They want it like in the first three words of the sentence to clearly specify that it is a sponsorship, and superimpose disclosures over images. What do you guys think about these regulations coming down for influencers?
What do you mean about like superimposed disclosure over images?
Like if, let's say for like Snapchat or Instagram, the FTC's new recommendations are that they want you to superimpose disclosures over the image. So like, let's say that you get a pair of sneakers, right? Or a game, and you got it because you're an influencer, not just because you're a reviewer, but because you're an influencer. They want you to superimpose saying, the company sent me this product.
See, to me, that's, first of all, it's a recommendation, right? It's not anything set in stone. They're saying this is what we recommend you do. Now, granted, that might be the first step to them actually putting out some type of guideline where you have to do that. But in my situation, if this ever happened to me, if ever I became an quote unquote influencer, which I don't even like that title, by the way. But if I ever become an influencer, if I ever get something from a company, I will probably state it in my video right off the bat. Be like, yeah, this company sent me this. Now I'm going to give you my honest opinion on this. All right. You see what I'm saying? To me, it's not that big of a deal. So like, I don't know how other people might feel if for some rhyme or reason, like, they want to keep it more concealed that this company gave it to them, or let you kind of do investigative work with hashtags and stuff like that. Me, I don't give two shits. I'll put it out there right off the bat anyway. So,
Clownz, you're gonna have to explain to me again. I didn't catch it from when you put it in the topics or either. What is it they're actually doing again? Give the example so everyone. I don't know. Maybe there's a few people. Maybe it's also because I got 3 hours sleep from Destiny last night. Go ahead.
That's all right. Well, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, wants you to be super disclosures on anything that you receive if you're an influencer. So if you have a large audience, whether it be a YouTube, Instagram,
yeah. So if you get
Snapchat,
if you get sent a game or a controller, you have to be like, this controller was sent to me by so-and-so company. I want to disclose that up front, and this is my opinion on it. Like, yeah,
they want you to be honest like that, and they want it like they want your disclosure within the first sentence. In reality,
I mean, the first sentence is a stretch, but I think it should probably be in the first 5 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it's I don't really have a problem with that unless there's a part B to it that I'm missing. I certainly would like to know when somebody gets something. Like, shout out a very good friend of mine's JKB. Jay Huft, he does great work on his channel. I've been talking to him since I got into YouTube. And he always is a full disclosure person. Like the minute he has something, he's like, he'll hold the game up. He'll say if it's Sony, he'll say if it's Microsoft, he'll say if it's a publisher. And he's like, I got this game. Thank you so much. This is my opinion. Has nothing to do with it. I appreciate the copy, but now it's my turn. Okay. But this is where it came from. I did get it from them. And that's the way to do it. Because when before me and him used to like talk on Twitter and hang out and actually game together, I would actually like be like, this guy's got his head on straight. He knows what he's doing. And that's what you do when you put all your cards out in front of you. And that's why some people have to understand, just because you don't like somebody or something like that, when you put the truth out there, you just put the truth out there. Some people, the truth hurts, folks, okay? So you put the truth out there, and then you go from there. And you have to at least respect the person, even if you don't agree with their opinion. But I do think it's important to state where you're getting this from. And I think it's also very important, Clownz, to say if you bought it or if something you use your own hard money on, right? So if you went out there and put your money into it and you're like, I bought this product and now I'm going to review it. Well, that means something too. So, I mean, I don't really have a problem with that unless there's probably more to it than what we're talking about. But if that's all it is that they want full disclosure up front to the consumer or the person watching, I think that's fair. And we know what else that does, Clownz? That keeps a lot of the bias shit out.
Yes.
Because the minute you have all these people that are up Sony's ass, for example, okay, now when you find out they're getting these discs for free from Sony, it doesn't really change their opinion. And maybe it doesn't change your opinion on them. But now you know that they have an inside source and they work with that source, that publishing house, to get that game. Or that game or that TV or that device or that controller, you know, or whatever it is that they get. And that can also, it's just more information for the viewing audience. And I think that's very important.
Mm-hmm. You know, Mooch, I just want to add to that because I went back and I watched some of JKB's videos because he is very good with his reviews and stuff. He's an excellent YouTuber. And right up front, he'll say, hey, this is JKB, and I got this game from such and such company, and I'm going to review it. Like, he discloses it right away for you. He doesn't like leave it at the bottom or put it in the fine print. And I think some of this problem stems from, you know, bigger celebrities on Instagram because they'll put just the hashtags like Spawn, like SPON or Ambassador. They won't put like it was a free product that they're promoting or they're paid to promote. And also some Instagrammers, you have to click more, apparently, according to the FTC. You have to click the more link before you even find out that it was like a sponsored product or a paid advertisement. And they want all this stuff up front. And I think, like you said, especially with big journalists, this could mean a game changer because they can't just spout stuff anymore. And if they get caught spouting stuff, there's hefty fines for it. Like, I believe when I talked about it on 4GwQ in the past, I think the fines were like $30,000 or $40,000 per incident. So this is huge. This is a big game changer.
Right. Right. No, I mean, I agree with you. And I mean, I don't know how much it's going to, I don't think it impacts anybody that I know who does it. Because like I said, I think it's something that you should do. I'd have no problem doing it. If I get a game, I always say that first and foremost. I always ask people too, you know, when we see hashtag mooching, I'll always send a DM out and I'll say, hey, do you want your name out there? Usually that's if it's personal, you know what I mean? If it's just someone's private, like if Clownz, if you sent me, you know, Destiny 2, digital code, I'd say, Clownz, you okay with me giving you a shout out? Some people go, no, that's just something I wanted to do. Some people will say, yeah, give me a shout out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I do that all the time as well, Mooch.
Yeah,
can I let people know?
When it's something personal, I would say that's up to the person giving the gift. But when it's business, then the question goes, it's not someone's opinion whether or not they should mention it. I think it should be mentioned because let me tell you something. It doesn't matter if we're talking about video games or you're talking about Mrs. Fields cookies, okay? No matter who's giving you something for free, you're going to kind of be on their side after a while. If they're feeding you, whatever it is, whether it's food, electronics, sneakers, I don't care, cars, you're going to like that. You're going to like that brand. That's why I don't understand why Nike even bothers paying the hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars for people with their shoes. And it goes for all, we were talking about this last night. I don't know why they bother with all that money they spend because is anybody impressed with we know that person's got a $150 million deal with Nike that they're saying they love Nike? No shit. No shit. You could pay me $1.5 million and I'll go up there and say it right next to him. Mooch loves Nike. No shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't get why that's still there. I think that they should spend that money on just advertising.
I think when it comes to that money and like the sports stars and stuff with Nike and everything like that goes to the younger demographic coming up who are getting into sports and stuff. They gravitate towards one certain icon on a specific team. I know me and you, Mooch, we definitely went through it with the whole Michael Jordan thing. He was pretty much the one who cemented this way of doing things. And with Adidas kind of like nipping on Nike's heels a little bit in terms of first the international scope with them kind of controlling international football, otherwise known as soccer, and then getting into the NBA and stuff. I think they feel they have to do that to get that younger demographic. But I see exactly what you're saying. I don't have a problem disclosing anything up front. I do want to say one other thing, I just want to give a shout out to the chat, Supersonic Station. He was like, well, these companies, if you don't give them positive reviews on their stuff, they won't give you anything. And if I ever get to that point, or should I say maybe when I get to that point, if that's the case, then fuck them. I don't need their products. All right. Because at the base of my channel, it's always been honest opinion, no matter what. And that's all it's ever going to be. And if they try to influence me with a whole bunch of shit, I don't care. I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? And I won't do that to my subscribers and my followers.
Yeah, for me, I feel like that this is a huge thing. It doesn't affect guys like us because we're reviewers. You know what I mean? Like we review stuff and we give our honest criticism, and most of the time we buy our own stuff. So it's more for like the Boogie 2988s of the world, and more for the Angry Joes out there. Like they're gonna have to disclose now. Hey, Sony sent me this, or hey, Microsoft sent me the Xbox One X, and I'm going to talk about it right now. They have to say that now. It's not when is Angry Joe going to change his name to like Slightly Perturbed Joe or something like that? Because he's not what he used to be, man. I haven't seen this stuff lately, so I watch guys like JKB now. That's pretty much it. You and JKB and Mooch and Crap and Assassin stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, that just comes with complacency. You know what I mean? Like Angry Joe is, somewhat, not that Angry Joe anymore. And and look at some of the greats. One of the things that I loved Eminem's music more than anything. Like I loved his music a ton when I was growing up, and like. The thing is, though, when he was like talking about his hard times and his life growing up on 8 Mile in Detroit and blah, 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 and the stuff that he went through with his family and what he had to go through to actually get respect in the rap community and things like that, I thought that was awesome. But then once he made $200 million, it's hard to go back to the pen and be like, how do I pull out that raw emotion again? You know what I mean? Like when Angry Joe was angry, he was angry because he had 8 followers. Everybody who has 8 followers is mad. So it's like, once you have 8 million followers, you start losing track. You know what I mean? Try writing a simple, "What's up, Justine? How the hell did you get to 2 million followers?" and see if she writes you back. Doesn't happen. Sorry about that. Love Justine, by the way. Big fan.
No, Mooch. We know you love her because all that.
How can you not? Listen, look at that's the American dream, folks. Okay, that is the American dream. She's got it. Whatever it is that she does, I still have yet to know what it is. I'd love to see what she would write down on like an application or something like, "What do you currently do?" Whatever she writes down, I think should honestly be like. Immediately the Nobel Peace Prize. Her application should be submitted for the Nobel Peace Prize because whatever she writes there is got to be like just Pulitzer. I don't know.
I have 3 degrees of separation from Justine. I don't know if I ever told you that.
What is that? I'd like to know.
A kid that I was friends with in high school, like acquaintances with.
Okay.
He grew up to be one of Justine's best friends of her life.
Okay.
He's been on our channel and stuff. So, yeah, I talk to him every now and then. I try to get
2 degrees.
I guess but I was counting.
I'm waiting for the 3rd degree. What happened?
I was waiting. Me, then the guy, then Justine. So I was counting 3 that way.
You don't count.
Oh, I don't? All right.
No, you're 2 because you got. So a guy. That guy's her best friend. He's like 2.
Yep. He went to the video game awards with her and your other buddy, what's his name? Jeff Keighley?
Yes, me and Jeff. Very, very close. very close. Look, Jeff's another guy, that honest to God, I actually have a lot of respect for him. I like what he does with the Game Awards. I think the Game Awards are something very important. I think what he's doing to keep it alive is awesome. I think he can use some help. I think he needs some serious help in setting it up and getting people the attention. You could fill that thing up with butts in the seats. If the PSX show in January and December can get a full audience, let me tell you right now, you could definitely get a full audience in for that. You know what I mean? Like that's just, I don't know. That's my take on it. I think Jeff Keighley's an awesome dude. I just think that he needs some help in setting up the Game Awards.
No, I agree with you, Mooch. Assassin, before we move topics real quick, do you have any input on this?
I feel like some people are still going to do the same. There was a person I watched. He was talking about that terrible game, Sniper Ghost Warrior 3. And he was like, oh, it's so good, blah, blah, blah. He just, disclosed that, he's partnering up with a company or whatever to make this video. And it was just, the game ended up being so bad. I don't know if any of you guys played it, but holy shit was it terrible. And he was just telling me it was like the best thing ever.
So hold on, what game was that? Sniper Elite 3?
The Sniper Ghost Warrior 3.
Oh,
it was the same game where it had free season pass on the PS4, but on Xbox. And
dude, I already know all those games that say Sniper in the beginning are pretty much trash anyway. So yeah, and anybody who starts praising it like that, man, you definitely, if you don't see it in the beginning, definitely look into what they're doing, because more times than not, you'll find a sponsorship behind them. Definitely.
Yeah.
Wait, they were actually saying that game was good?
Yeah, before, like a week or so before it came out, they said it was good, and et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, it ended up being probably the worst game I've ever played on the Xbox family of consoles.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Not only that, that's the developer, if I'm not wrong, Assassin, that was also he was the guy that said that he said something pretty bad about the Xbox itself or something like that, or they wouldn't make it. It would only be, was it 900p issue or was it something else?
Well, it had that season pass issue, but
that's
other
right.
than that,
season pass.
I don't know if there was any other issue.
Yeah. As Clownz quickly makes a lot of modifiers. We need you need moderators, buddy. Here, you have to have us I'll just put Clownz.
You guys keep talking, Mooch, and I'll make you a moderator.
Yeah, you can do it right from the chat. But yeah, it's I honestly think that game there. I think for some reason that game didn't take off well on Xbox. I don't think that game did well as a whole. Do you own it, Assassin?
Yeah, I reviewed it and I beat the game.
You fell for it, Assassin. You fell for what he was saying, man.
And and I hit it for my list, and hopefully I'll never have to see it ever again. It was terrible.
All right, Mooch, you are now a mod of the chat.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like I just got pinned in the army. That's great. That's awesome.
Now all you have to do is get into the Super Soldier program, take that serum, get a red, white, and blue suit, and some fancy shield, and you will be all set, my brother.
I thought you were talking about Halo for a second.
I did too at first, then I'm like, no, he's going Captain America.
Yeah.
But so, no, let me ask you this question, actually. You know what? I know this is going off topic, but Assassin, with that review you did, was that actually, did you guys get that game through 4Guys and the way you guys know all the publication, this and that, or is that something you purchased yourself?
We were given a review copy.
Now, did you feel like, this is just a question that keeps on topic, did you feel like that was something you want? Did you mention that you got a review copy in the review?
Well, at that time, there wasn't this huge fiasco, so I ended up not doing that, but...
And I don't blame you, to be honest with you. I honestly don't blame you at all, Assassin. The only reason was when I started doing the reviews, I had gone and watched like JKB and all that stuff the way he did his reviews. And when I watched them, I noticed he always was like, shout out to so-and-so. So when I've only done, half dozen or so. But when I've done them, I definitely did the shout out thing just because I figured that was it's just kind of like when we had to write those massive reports in high school and college.
Yeah.
And you have, the footnote, you know what I mean? Your reference, where did you get it from? You can't just be like, this in 1942, this actually happened in U.S. history. You have to be like, okay, cite the information. So I think that's the thing is, when YouTube started, there was no rules. That people just were like, hey, look, nobody cares. I'm even here. Nobody's even watching. And now there's a ton, what I mean? Now there's more people watching YouTube than CBS. So they were like, well, wait a minute. We've got to get now, if these people are going to get paid and these people are going to start getting like promotions the way TV used to be, then we've got to start inflicting rules on the YouTubers, etc. And I think that's a good thing. I really do. I think ultimately, if you want to be taken seriously as a YouTube channel, then you should follow the rules.
Part of the reason why I'm glad they do this now, Mooch, is that backing out on it because I have a daughter who's 15, right? Mm-hmm. She sees on YouTube, and she'll come back and tell me like the newest YouTubers got like this is using this here. She wants it because it's on YouTube. Just cut down on some of the influence on our kids too.
Yeah, and I mean you cut out a little bit there, Clownz, but
I was wondering if it was just me. I was like, man, he's fucking a bigger bot than me right now.
No, it's because I think Clownz is still, even though he's moved to somewhere that does have power, it's probably still not the greatest internet down there with everything going so crazy. But yeah, no, I agree with you, Clownz.
Can you guys hear me?
You're better now. Do you want to repeat the gist of what you were saying? You kind of cut out a lot.
All right, I was saying because my daughter's 15 and she's very susceptible to what she sees on YouTube.
Yes.
So future crackdown that FTC is doing is going to help teenagers like my daughter realize that some of these YouTubers are paid to say, hey, I use this hair gel, or I got this comb, or I got this shampoo, because anytime she sees something on YouTube, all of a sudden she wants to do it. She wants to get it.
Yeah, I mean, that goes to what we were just saying a second ago, and that's 100% of what's going on. Like kids nowadays, they don't even care about Nickelodeon. They don't even care about TV. The TV's off all day. They're on their iPads watching YouTube or playing Roblox or playing Minecraft. Like if you ask kids, and this kind of turns into a different subject. This goes back into more of Microsoft's lack in marketing. But if you went and asked kids between the ages of probably like 6 and like 16, who owns Minecraft? I bet you most people would say Apple because they play it on their iPads. Platform is everything, folks. I mean, people don't really realize that platform is everything. That's my whole thing with this. So when you're saying she's influenced, she's absolutely influenced. Everyone's kids are influenced by their tablets and mobile devices nowadays. So yeah, I mean, that's why I think these rules, you're going to see more and more rules be implemented on YouTubers because people are turning to YouTube rather than cable television. And I mean, that's still a very odd thing to say. A lot of people are buying it now because they're seeing it. You're seeing the transfer happen before your eyes. But man, that was something that I got to say, I didn't see that coming so quick. I didn't see that happen so fast because man, TV was such a big part of everybody on this panel's life, right? I mean, think about it. Xbot, Clownz, Assassin. We're all in the same kind of age group era. And, like, TV was huge when we were kids. Huge. Like, the first thing your parents are always like, shut the television off. Stop watching so much television. You know what I mean? It was like, now, I never say that. I'm like, get off the iPad. Put the iPad down. You know what I mean? It's like the TV is never the issue. So, I mean, that's just how things are just happening so fast. So I don't know. That's why when you said that, Clownz, years ago, I probably would have been like, that's ridiculous. That's crazy. And nowadays I'm like, well, wait a minute. No, I think we got to start to conform a little bit to what was going on with, TV, because to be honest with you, a lot of people watch us as much as they watch television back in the day.
The thing about this is I actually have, we have 9-year-old twins at the house. One of the 9-year-old twins, Seth, he has a friend, right? She lives right down the street. She watches YouTube like crazy and video games, Let's Plays, stuff like that. I actually had her mom come up to me knowing that I have a YouTube channel. And she's like, can you please explain to my daughter like what is going on with this channel, like, and they're getting paid for this and they're getting paid for that, because she's telling me no, that they'll know they really just like this product, it's the best, and that she wants that and stuff like that, and she's not getting it. 9 years old, you know what I'm saying? So I actually had to go and tell her, because she knows, you know, I have a channel as well. I'm like, yeah, you know, those guys, they get paid to say that stuff. Like, I gotta let you know this. So yeah, it'll definitely help in that area. And it's actually, to be really honest with you, I'm gonna take this just one quick direction. It's good to see kind of like the FTC jump in on some of these bigger YouTubers and stuff like. YouTube has done some things with restrictions and video content and stuff like that, especially in the gaming division, that has been affecting the kind of like medium to small YouTubers a lot. So, like, I don't know if it's maybe a revenge thing or something like that, but it's like, haha, see, you got to deal with shit too, man. You're not untouchable. And, you know, because I've been getting a lot of what I call yellow dollar signs on my videos, just because every once in a while, you know, a curse word might come out. Yo, they even, to the point where, like, I was playing, was it Metro Last Light, and I was fighting like a mutated bear. And I guess YouTube decided that was too graphic for some advertisers, stuff like that. That's you know, hitting the medium to small YouTubers, and now the bigger guys, the influencers, have to deal with the FTC. So
yeah, well, you know, somebody just made a point. Shinseiya said in the chat, you know, YouTuber only or streaming as well. I think it's for both, isn't it, Clownz?
It is, yeah. Anybody that can influence an audience. Like if I was to go out there and not do like an honest review or review something and just talk about what a company sent me, and then I just love it because they sent it to me. Yeah. And I would be responsible to disclose that up front right away.
I see. Well, again, I think that's something that's I think it's something that's very, very. I think you're going to see more and more regulation kind of come down. Some of it's not going to be so great.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, Mooch. I'm like, some of this shit, once it really starts hitting the fan, some of the shit we're gonna have to like speak out about. Yo,
yeah, some of this stuff is not gonna be great, but you know, it is what it is, and I don't know. It's hard to really say, because I think at this point, it's new waters, it's new horizons for everybody. For YouTubers, it is, and for people that are you know, kind of the eye in the sky. They're trying to find what they're supposed to do. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a lot of give and take for the upcoming couple of years. And even though we all feel like we're getting into YouTube late, not really. You know, not really. I mean, this is just starting to pick up now. So this is still in its infancy.
Speaking of, it is what it is, and moving forward to a new topic real quick that I want to address. It's really quick, but it's Nintendo. I feel like they're finally listening to some people about getting some of their classics on the Switch starting September 27th. They're going to be adding some arcade archive titles, and included is Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers, Balloon Fight, Ice Climber, Pinball, Clue Land, and Punch Out. What do you guys think about that?
I'm pumped about that. I mean, I missed the NES Classic that came out. I didn't get that. I will be getting the SNES Classic. Just because, to be honest with you, it's not necessarily for me. I have the Switch. I got the Wii U when it came out. They gave it an unbelievable. If you have a Wii U in your house still, and you're like, well, maybe I'll get the Switch, you really missed out. I mean, basically, GameStop was giving you a 1-for-1 for all practical purposes. I got $200. It was like $175 for my Wii U, and then because the games, you know, they're all on disc, like you can't play them on your Switch, so they're dead to me. If you trade it in, what are you gonna do with these discs? You can't play them on anything but the Wii U. So I traded in the whatever I had, maybe 10 games. I walked out after with the trade-in incentive they had. I walked out with a Switch, Zelda, and Horizon Zero Dawn with zero money out of pocket after the 10 games, because Nintendo games have a high return value.
Wait, Mooch, You play games, Mooch? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I do, man. I got news for you. I said it on Twitter today. I'll say it on the podcast. October 27th is Mario Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Origin, Wolfenstein 2. Because I'm waiting for the X on November 7th, I'm going to wait to buy Wolfenstein, you guys call it, I always call it Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein and Assassin's Creed, I'll be buying on November 7th, and I'm going to thoroughly enjoy, while everybody else is doing videos and Let's Plays of all the games I'm going to play, I'm going to play Mario, man. I'm going to play the crap out of Mario for a week because that game's going to be something special. I really think so.
Yeah.
Oh, man, yeah, you guys in the chat might hate me when I express my opinion here.
Oh boy, here we go.
Everybody, put your seatbelt on and grab a shot of vodka.
You guys ready? Yo, how long are we going to be talking about these games as great games and letting Nintendo put it on a different platform and having you pay for it again and again and again?
Well, actually,
hold on 1 second, guys. I grew up on the NES. All right, that was my first console. My first console was a Nintendo Entertainment System. I was there with the Duck Hunts, with the Super Mario Brothers. Me and my brother played Tiger Heli. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Hell yeah.
But we went in, all right, and I had a lot of fun, a lot of memories and stuff like that. But guys,
nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
To me, we are going into 2018 right now, and not only that, but like I said, Nintendo has found multiple ways to sell everybody the same fucking games.
Did you ever wish there was 1985 all over again?
No.
Yeah, but listen though, Xbot, hold on, let me just, because and I'm going to give you the mic back in a second. All I'm saying is this: is Nintendo really the only ones? How come everyone loves the Hunger Games but doesn't realize it was just the Running Man? How come everybody loves Star Wars 7, but it was Star Wars 4? Listen, it's okay.
At least Hunger Games had a new title, new actors, new actresses. All right, it was a different look to it. We are getting the same Harrison Ford, all this good Running Man, Arnold Schwarzenegger, all this good shit over and over and over again. And guys, I love these titles. Don't get me wrong. With the Super Nintendo Mini, I want that. All right.
Right.
But I don't have the Nintendo. Like I didn't buy Super Nintendo games on the Wii U or whatnot. But I'm just wondering, like, are they watering down their own products? At some point in time, they got to stop selling these games from 1985 over again, man.
Well, in Nintendo's defense, they did say that these aren't the virtual console versions. These are what they consider arcade archives and have differences than the virtual console.
Oh, yeah, like what differences? Let me know, man.
Shout out to SajiBot, though. SajiBot just said the same thing. There's 2 different movies, 1 miniseries, a book, and now a remake of it. Like, I mean, listen, everybody's doing it, right? I mean, it is what it is. The thing is, though, and I understand, Xbot, you're saying it's not remade. You're saying it's the same thing. But don't forget, though, you're talking about a game that's 30, 40 years old, okay? And not everybody has an original NES machine around or their cartridge. Do you remember what we used to do with the cartridges? I happen to take care of mine because all of us are like these hardcore guys. Like, I have somewhere around 100 NES games, all in their original cartridge sleeves, like tucked away in like not even a speck of dust hitting them. Like, because I like those, man. Like, I don't even use them. I don't show them off. They're not on like, you wouldn't even see them. They're in a closet somewhere. Like, I don't have anything on display. My point is just that, like, I just like to have that stuff. But other people didn't do that. I remember my friends kicking a cartridge, of course, across the room when they couldn't beat Kung Fu.
I'll let you know. I'll let you guys know right now. All right, even if they're marketing to new people who didn't grow up in the NES or whatever. Like I said, I have enough age demographics here to really judge. Okay, and I'll let you know right now. The 14-year-old, like, he'll play the original Mario for maybe 5 minutes and be like, all right, I'm done with that. The 9-year-olds, which you would figure this would cater to more, like, no, they won't go and play that repeatedly. Unfortunately, they're hooked on a game called Roblox, which is like,
my kids, they're all over Roblox.
Worse, man.
Listen, I hate Roblox. I got news for you. I mean, like, as the kids get older, they'll grow out of Roblox. But the thing is, though, the reason that they don't play, I took the NES out, I hooked it up, component cable and all, I found an older TV at my parents' house, so that way it didn't stretch out on a 16:9. And the kids really weren't. You're right, Xbot. You are right. The kids were not very into the Nintendo games, and I had everything. I had everything there that they would have wanted to play.
So therefore, they are pulling from the people who grew up with the NES. And if you grew up with the NES and you also bought the Wii U,
right,
there's a good chance you bought those games on the Wii U as well. Now, with this being a handheld, all right, I got you, man. But this is not something to go and write home to mother about or anything like that. Like, you know,
Xbot, you know, if the kids are ever having a fight, you can make them play Ice Climber, and whoever knocks the other one out, well, you know, wins the argument.
You know, the thing about it, though, I mean, is this, though? Those are two different discussions, Xbot. If you're going to get into the discussion of the older games and that Nintendo's milking us, that's one conversation. But to say that, you know, when the Wii U came out or the Switch, that people shouldn't get it because Nintendo's milking you. No, I mean, we got a new Zelda. There's a new Mario. And you can sit there and say, oh, not another Mario. Listen, I got news for you. I don't know what it is, but not all the Zelda games, this is a Mooch thing, okay? Not the Zelda games. I haven't played all those through, but every Mario game that came out, ever, I've beaten, like, over and over again and, like, twice, like, upside down. Like, I love that game. I think Mario games are, like, defining, like, they're awesome, and like a lot of people will say, oh, I'm not going to play that Mario game, because sometimes Mario games can be a bit challenging and some people don't like that. It looks simple, right, because it's cartoony, but it's got a level of difficulty as you continue through it. And yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. So the question is, are they milking you on the old stuff? Yes, but they're also selling it for 99 cents. You know what I mean? Well, they're selling it for $1.12.
I gotta see these prices.
That's the same cost as well, listen, I can only tell you the Wii U. When Wii U did their arcade games, the old games, I bought a few. I bought F-Zero. I think F-Zero was 67 cents. Can't even get a Slim Jim for that.
All right, I got you, man. See, and when you're talking like that makes sense in terms of price point. Because
I don't think you're not gonna play a 1980s game on the Switch and
like
it's
for $5,
$10. Yeah, no, it better not.
No, it better not. And Huge shout out to Lethal Papa, because he did say in the chat a little bit further up. I actually stopped the chat when I saw this. I wanted to shout him out. He said, "Well, it works for Sony. Why not Nintendo?" And Lethal, here's the deal. I've been saying shit about Sony doing that, right? So since I've been saying shit about Sony doing that, I'm not going to say yes to another company who might be trying to do the same thing, dude. I'm going to go across the board. My weights and measures are equal throughout platforms, dude. I won't do that. Yeah.
Right, but you know the old expression here, there's tomato and tomato, right, Xbot? So sometimes, you know, I do notice you do that a lot. And don't get me wrong, I being the age that I am, I respect somebody that stands by their word. I really, really do. So you do that very well. I sometimes think you do it too well. Because, right, and I don't blame you, but you just said it yourself. You're like, if I'm going to come down on Sony for this rule, then I'm going to come down on Nintendo for this role. The only thing I got a problem with that is, you know, sometimes it's tomato, sometimes it's tomato. You got to understand, it's not always the same, even though it fits under the same, you know, like wordage. You know what I mean? Just because it's the same line that you can use on both, it's not the same. Like when Sony does it, it's sometimes like literally a money grab, and you can see that. When Nintendo does it, it's because, okay, now the Wii U is extinct. Okay, the Wii is extinct. Nobody's buying an NES anymore, so the Switch is out. So if you want to play any of the older games for 99 cents or $2, they put the whole thing back out there again. I mean, is it a double dip? Yeah, it's a double dip, but I think it's more for, you know, like, people always want to just dismiss history. I wouldn't dismiss all history. I think there's something still there. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't blame you for standing your ground, but at the same time, I think sometimes there is a gray area.
Well, Mooch, like we just said, when it came to the price point, all right, that price point is 67 cents for a game or something like that. All right, I don't have a problem with it. Right. I'm very, when it comes to Nintendo, I like seeing the new games that are coming out, right? Okay. I want to see them do a new, like, F-Zero and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm tired of hearing, hey, guess what, guys? For your brand new Nintendo platform, it's Super Mario Brothers is here again, and so is the very first Zelda, which were great games. They're classics. They're masterpieces. Video game Hall of Fame, all that stuff. But damn, how many times do we have to hear it over and over. It should kind of be just like a quiet release on the thing, then. And
what do you know what I want to hear? Like, what do you guys think? Clownz, Assassin. It's funny. I think I've heard Clownz definitely on Crossfire, but Assassin, what's your take on Nintendo and Switch? I mean, do you own one? Would you ever buy one?
I would love to have the chance to go up to, like a Walmart or Best Buy and hand some money to get a Switch, but apparently the last Nintendo console I've ever got was the original Wii, and I've bought, like, when the Wii was popular, I did buy some of those older games, like the Super Mario Bros. 64 and Star Fox and the Mario Parties, and, like, I would do that again, because I don't want to play my Wii, but to have them, keep on giving us the same, Mario Bros. Every year,
right.
new console, and making us pay like $80 for the mini version is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I'll agree with you, and I'll agree with Xbot. If I see that those games for these older games or these remade games are outrageous, I mean, I don't buy them. I really don't. To be honest with you, when it comes to Wii U, except for that F-Zero I bought one time, and I think I bought they were doing this ridiculous sale. They did all the Metroid Prime games, and it was like $3 for like 3 games. And I was like, okay, well, that's crazy. I'll grab that. But except for that and F-Zero, I just bought all the games that were new to Wii U that were relevant. The kids wanted Mario Party 9 and 10 or something like that, so we got those. They got Smash Brothers. They got the Marios. They got they got the games that came out that they got the Splatoons. This year they don't care about Splatoon anymore. Like, my kids are all, and remember, years go by, the kids get older. My kids are pretty much playing, like Xbox now, so they're not playing Nintendo like they used to. Will they play the Mario game when it comes out? Yes. So right now on the Switch, I currently have Mario Kart Deluxe, 8 Deluxe, and then I have the Zelda game, and I think that'll do it. And I mean, because I don't want ARMS, you know what I mean? But here's the thing. I mean, for all you people that are out there and you travel, good information came out of this Nintendo Direct. Doom is going to be on Switch next year, I think. I think it's next year.
That is the first sign that I have seen.
Yeah.
That is actually third-party support for the Switch. I'm like, holy shit.
Listen, I've beaten Doom like upside down, left, right. I love it, right? Listen, I'm going to buy Doom for the Switch, and I'm also buying Doom for PSVR because, like, I love Doom, period. That's just it. I don't know. I don't have to go into a Mooch rant. I just love that game. So I'll support that on any platform. And here's the thing. You go on travel for work, to take a Switch with you is absolutely zero effort. It's zero effort. It's an iPad. You know what I mean? It's like if somebody was like, man, this has been exhausting, airport to airport. What's been so exhausting? This fucking iPad. This thing's heavy as hell. Like, if somebody said that, you take out your white glove out of your pocket, you smack them and keep walking. So, like, you just enjoy. It's not that big of a deal. So if I could play Doom while I'm in an airport or at the hotel, that's amazing. That is amazing. And I want to see more support like that on third party. They have Skyrim, Doom. We're going to get more games like that. That's great.
Wolfenstein. Yeah, and, just for Bethesda to come out and say, hey, we're going to put our games on the Switch, they see a market there. And that's a good sign. That's like you guys said, it's the first time I've seen a third party come out and really put forth effort in getting
it wasn't a 360 title that all of a sudden is now on the Switch or whatnot. Like, they're really putting a this generation game. Now, it's not going to look good as like the console counterpart, but when it comes to the most powerful handheld, you don't need it to look that as good. Did
you guys hear if Doom's going to get 60 frames on the Switch? It is on Xbox? It has to, right? That's part of the whole lore. I mean, I will say that would be a game changer for me if I find out that, it's 30. That would kind of suck because that game is meant to be blistering fast. Listen, I know there's a lot of 60 frame per second games out there, but Doom plays way faster than most 60 frame games. So that was a great game, man.
They catered that whole game to speed. I mean, you don't reload your weapon, which is something like, usually with first-person shooters, you get to a certain point, you get to the end of the clip, you're trying to find some type of cover or something to be able to reload your weapon and stuff. This Doom is just balls to the wall, all out. You keep firing until you have no more ammo. Like, yeah, it's fast. Yeah.
You know, I was just thinking of something, just doing some simple. Tell me if I'm wrong here, guys. Isn't there? Can't you get like an Xbox One S right now for $199 with 2 free games?
I believe so. Yeah.
I think that's
if you get Destiny and another new game that's out right now, and you for $199, right? So let's just take that, right? So $199 and then 2 games that's $120 value, right? So, and then your S is going to get you $150 trade-in November.
Holy shit!
Shouldn't you go buy an S, take the 2 free games, and then trade it in? Like you got 2 games for $50.
Well, how much is the S right now with the promotion?
I thought it was $190. I saw there was a promotion for you can get like I say Destiny, but you can pick the game. You can get 2 games, one that comes in the bundle and another game.
Mooch, you are making me think right now because
isn't that something?
I got the Elite console right here, and I know I'm not getting as much as I would get for an S and trade-in towards the X.
Right.
And I'm looking at it sideways right now.
Yeah, like, if that deal still exists, people. You should think about that. That's something. I just saw $199 with 2 games, and I'm thinking to myself, well, we already have the paperwork from GameStop saying we're getting $150, so you're going to get 2 games for $50, and then in literally what is there 6-7 weeks, you're going to get $150 back for that investment.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and if you don't have an S right now, you can enjoy an S for the next 7 weeks, and not use your Xbox One Day 1 Fat Edition. That's probably you're probably cooking your omelets on in the morning. Yeah, just a thought, guys. If you're out there, go grab an S.
Yeah, I'm gonna check on that because if there's a deal right now, like you said, Mooch, I may just trade in the OG Xbox One, get the Xbox One S, do 2 games,
get the 2 games, and then get $150 back in 6.5 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, it's
or 7 weeks, whatever we got. I don't know how many days we got left. I think we're under 60. I know that. So. And
speaking of that, for all you people out there that have a GameStop Power Up Rewards Card, Pro Day is on the 16th of September, so keep that in mind. Just throwing it out there. So,
what is that? You go in there and then all of us. I mean, I'm a pro. You're a pro member. You get a little bit more money off if there's something you want.
Yeah, OSnaps is already ahead of him on this. She was telling me about this today, like outside on the back porch. She's like, "Oh yeah, the 16th is Pro Day." I was like, "Uh-oh, here we go." Yeah, we're going shopping.
Well, before we end the show, there's something that Xbot that you brought up in the chat that I want to bring up because you and Mooch have experience with this game, Fortnite, right? Yeah. So you were telling me that there's going to be like a PUBG mode in Fortnite.
It's already there. It's already there in beta.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of it?
I didn't play it yet,
dude. I didn't get a chance to play it yet, but my whole thing with bringing that up into the DM, like. What has PUBG done to the gaming community where you have like publishers like Ubisoft saying, yeah, no, we're planning on doing some, they even call it Battle Royale genre now. Like it has its own official name now. Yeah. Battle Royale genre. They're spreading it around like the gaming community. You got games like Fortnite, which it's awesome. It's another option in that game to go in. It's still it's 100 people, right? 100 people dropped in, just like PUBG. So they have servers that handle 100 people, playing on one map. The only thing is you can't team up yet. And if they catch you trying to do this beta right now as a team, they say that they will do something bad to you. Basically, I don't know if they'll ban you or whatnot, but they said don't do that yet. But it's amazing how like this quote unquote battle royale genre is catching fire to where even the developers of Fortnite, like you would, I don't know, me personally, I would never think like battle royale genre mode in Fortnite. So I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's listen, they're hopping on the bandwagon while this is hot and not on console yet, right? So PUBG's not on console yet, so they're like, hey, wait a minute, we can do this. They're not going to do it well. I mean, they're not.
Well, you can still build though, so that right. There's that in there.
Well, there is that, and that's their claim to fame, right? They're like somebody just said in the chat. Y9 Power goes. It's basically what do you say? It's like if Minecraft and Left 4 Dead had a kid. It is. It's kind of like that shoot from the hip, break stuff down. Everything's extremely cartoony, but it's fun. Listen, it's a night where, and that's the same thing with Destiny, it's the same thing with Fortnite, it's the same thing with PUBG. PUBG is a little bit more, I think, intense than, let's say, Destiny or Fortnite, because it's usually it's 1 versus 100. I know you can do teams as well, but then okay, fine, it's 3 versus 100. Whatever, it is what it is. But my point being is that like it's a little bit more cutthroat and serious. Where with Fortnite, it's going to be goofy and all that other shit. But I think it was smart on them to take advantage of that while they could.
Oh yeah.
Do you think this will help increase the sales, or do you think the game has peaked?
Fortnite?
Yep, Fortnite.
I don't think it's going to help. I don't think anybody. It's hard for me to say. It's like if Burger King's going to start making tacos, is Taco Bell going to really give a shit? No, they're going to be like, their tacos taste like shit. It's just, I think they're going to mimic it. They're going to make, remember when Nike Air came out and we had the air bubble on our heel, and then the XJ900 Velcros had the air bubble, and that shit popped 3 days after? Yeah, that was the thing. So, I mean, that's basically what we're looking at here, guys. Fortnite making a PUBG, and they made it overnight. PUBG's been a work in progress forever, and they're like, hey, we can do that too over here with cartoons. No, you can't. So it's like, but they're making it. It's fun. It's novel. I think a few more people might pick it up. Or actually, Clownz. Let me say this. Do I think they're going to make money off of it? More sales? No. I think they'll get more people to stick around and play the game that already own it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe they're not going to get new butts in the seats, but they're going to keep the asses they got in the seats to stay still. So I think that was smart to get, instead of people leaving the game.
It definitely increased longevity, active user base and stuff like that. It definitely steadied it out. I'm not sure, like when it came to Fortnite, when it released, there was a lot of people who ran out and got the game, right? Me, O-Snaps being one of them. And the funny thing is, like I still have an urge to go in and play it. It's just that like I want to be able to put more time into it, and just lately life has happened to where I can only do like intermittent periods of gaming in between fucking real life scheduled bullshit. So, but I'm still going to go in and play. I still enjoy the game. I still think there's people out there who enjoy the game. And if you're starting to get tired of it, there's like a different mode that you can still go in and still get that in-game currency from and get your llamas with and stuff like that. So all it's going to do is going to make the game live longer.
Yeah, I think that's what it does. It'll give the game longevity where before people might have just left it that much sooner.
Now, Assassin, I want to ask you this question, because me and you, we don't have Fortnite yet. Hashtag Mooch, we need Fortnite, somebody out there.
Do it.
But Assassin, does this make it more interesting for you, or you really don't care about this mode?
It seems more of a cash grab than them actually, wanting to move along with the project.
Would that type of multiplayer experience entice you to jump into it now and buy it, if you had the money, or you could care less about the mode in general?
I could probably, at least on Fortnite, I could care less because PUBG is right around the corner. But I mean, if I did have it, I would play it, for a little bit. But I mean, like we said, it's like cartoonish and stuff. Like,
so you're saying no? Basically, saying no.
That's the Assassin way of saying no.
Yes, that's great.
Well, what do you think, Clownz?
Pushing
on you, man.
I gotta say, I am a little bit interested in trying it, but I don't have the game, and it wouldn't necessarily entice me to go out and spend like $39 to go buy it in beta right now. It is.
Well, guys, I just realized what game we're talking about here. It's the game that is going to go free to play in 2018.
Yep.
That's my thing.
So, it's going to keep people active on it longer until it goes free to play, and then people are just going to dip their toes in it on a bigger extent, because they don't have to pay for it.
Nope.
Yeah. True.
Well, I don't want to keep everybody on longer. Everybody's been here for an hour and 39 minutes already, so let's get these.
I gotta play my Destiny too, man.
Yeah. As Mooch says, some of the outros can take longer than the intros now. So Mooch, tell us a little about yourself, man.
Well, yeah. So listen, guys, what we got is this, okay? And I apologize. Been up many a late night playing Destiny. That's gonna carry on to tonight. But here's the long and the short of it. We got Crossfire tomorrow, 7 o'clock. My channel. We're hoping Crap's back. There's a 25% chance he gets power back. We'll see. Some of the things I'm getting updates. Some of the things were fixed to get to where they have to repair the power. It's hard to explain. There's a lot of stuff that really, a lot of debris, a lot of things kind of broke, fell down. Obstructions in the way for some of the service utility vehicles.
We gotta try to get him to move to the tri-state area, man. Let's just.
Hey, man, love to have all you guys to move up to New York. Been saying that for a long time. Actually, while everyone else is moving up to New York, we can get Redmond to move over here too. Get some shit done. But anyways, that's a whole nother boat. 7 o'clock tomorrow, my channel. I would like to say this, guys. Destiny. If you're thinking about Destiny, go check out Mooch Maniacs is the name of the clan on Destiny 2. You can go to Bungie.net and you go to clans. You can search. You can search for Mooch, just Mooch. If you search there, you'll see the clan. You can click on it. You can join it. So it's open. Join that. The chat is live. People are in there. We are, and everybody that joins it, I'm learning more and more about the clans every day. But the more activities we all do, we all work together to achieve the goal. That's more loot and gear and grind and this and that we get. So join the club. Definitely get into that. And then also MNC mornings on Sunday. Again, it could be me and J-Dubs. We don't know. We're hoping Crap's back. If not, the show will go on, folks. MNC mornings will go on. We'll do a small dedication to Crap, do our pay our respects to Crap out there and hoping everything's going great. And then we will we'll have a show. So, that's the motto we always have with Mooch and Crap is the show must go on. So we'll be doing that. And I want to thank the guys at 4GwQPodcast. 4GwQPodcast. We got Assassin, who's amazing. Clownz, who's my brother on Crossfire. And we missed Inferno. Another day where Mooch and Inferno, we miss paths again. I will find you, Inferno, and you will podcast with me. And then we also have Zebra Fries, who is great as well. Wish she was here tonight. So thank you. And, of course, Xbot, another brother from Crossfire. Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Xbot 448. What's going on?
Not bad, man. Not bad. And on that note, you will be sending me a check through the mail because that shit is copyrighted. Yo, guys, it was a blast coming on. Like I said, I bug these guys in DMs and stuff like that. Like, when am I going to show up on 4Guys again and stuff? And they finally kind of caved in and let me on. I did a little invasion tonight. But other than that, of course, we got Crossfire on Fridays on Mooch's channel. I do a little podcast on Saturdays on my channel.
Yes.
Next podcast. You might have heard of it. Gameplay Front and Center, which is on Saturdays at 7. Of course, BGST on Sundays. I do a morning show every Wednesday with O-Snaps called Coffee, Casuals, and Consoles. Our newest member is Boomstick XL, and he has been absolutely amazing on the show. So I invite everybody to check that out as well. And I'm choking on my words, guys. But yeah, other than that, I keep everything simple. Follow me on Twitter, Xbox Live, PSN. It's all at Xbot448. And thank you guys again for letting me on, man.
Absolutely pleasure having you on too, Xbot. It's been a while. And Assassin, is there anything you'd like to say for Assassin's Corner?
Apparently I have a corner. That's news to me. But feel free to join our Discord, the 4GwQPodcast Discord, and join our Destiny 2 clan, unlike these other imposter clans going around.
I will say I am drawing a line in the sand in this house. Yo, Mooch, if you don't mind sending me the link in a DM on Twitter, I am joining Mooch's Destiny 2.
Well, there you go, folks. It's happening. You know what? I feel bad because I know everyone has to understand. First of all, it's fun that everyone is doing their own clans. It doesn't matter. Join anywhere you want. It doesn't matter. But I wish we could get Assassin. I know they had the 4Guys one, but I was like, I even wrote to Assassin. I'm like, Assassin, please. We want to get your expertise into this clan. He's like, I would, but everyone's got a thing that they got to do. So all that I'm happy about is I don't care if you join mine, you join 4Guys. Console Corner's got one. There's a bunch of people that got them. Like, as long as everyone's playing Destiny and having fun in the community, that's all that matters. I just like to see it because I'm actually taking an oath to say to, I really want to make sure that the clan sticks together. I want to keep the chat alive. So it's just something that I've been talking about, and I want to try to live up to it for, as long as the clan thing is cool and the community wants it. When the community says they're done with it, they're done with it. But right now it's hot. So no matter which one you join, I say go out there and have a good time. It doesn't matter who's you join.
Dirty in the chat is like, join the Wu-Tang Clan.
He's been saying that all day. He's got his too. Everybody's got a clan.
And as Assassin would recommend, if you want to be in multiple clans, he would say make Smurf accounts. Right, Assassin?
No. Just use your main account. Come to the 4GwQuarters clan. We'll treat you nice. Use some virtual snacks.
I was to say, do you have punch and pie?
That could happen. Who knows? It's crazy over there.
We have virtual snacks. That's actually a good line.
Well, everyone, that's a wrap. Episode 148. Hopefully I got the episode right, or Inferno will kill me when he gets back. But I hope everyone has a great night. I hope everybody in Florida gets the power back on. Sorry, crap. Mine did come back on. And I feel for all you out there, and I hope everyone has a great time gaming and have fun on Destiny 2.
There we go. Peace.